Water. Most common substance on planet Earth. It is with every moment of our lives. It's a gigantic container of water, which accounts for approximately 71% of the Earth's surface, in which all forms of life arose. Water is so essential not only for humans but any type of living organisms. The first organisms were formed due to water. In this video, we're going to explore more about water. My name is Gargi and let's dive in. Water has unusual physical and chemical properties that make it so unusual and is very vital for life. Before we understand these properties, let's first understand the molecular structure of water. Hydrogen is a flammable gas, but when two hydrogens come together with one oxygen, it makes a fire extinguisher. Amazing, right? Yes, water is an inorganic molecule which consists of one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. Bond between oxygen and hydrogen atoms is covalent. Covalent bond is a chemical bond where one electron is shared between two atoms to complete their outermost shell. In this case, oxygen and hydrogen shares electrons and make a covalent bond. Oxygen shares electrons more strongly than hydrogen, thus water has a polar covalent bond. Resulting, oxygen is slightly negatively charged and the hydrogens are a little positively charged. The structure of water is the basis of its unusual properties. Let's explore them. Due to the positive hydrogen and negative oxygen, water makes bonds with four other water molecules. Oxygen makes bond with the hydrogen of another water molecule. This is known as hydrogen bonding. The property of water makes it a universal solvent. Extensive capabilities to dissolve a substance has earned the designation of the universal solvent. Yes, water is a universal solvent, but this doesn't mean that it can dissolve everything. It mainly dissolves bipolar substances like itself. Other substances dissolve easily in water. These are known as hydrophilic or water-loving substances. Usually ionic molecules like salt and polar molecules like alcohol. Non-polar substances that don't dissolve in water are called hydrophobic substances. For example, oils and fats. Concept becomes very important when we talk about the phospholipid bilayer in the cell membrane. The membrane has both hydrophobic and hydrophilic substances, which make possible the proper functioning of the cell. Many processes in our body use water as a solvent to dissolve other substances. Additionally, in blood, this property helps dissolve hydrophilic substances and transport into the body, and on the other hand, hydrophobic substances like carbohydrates and transport them to the body. Water has a low viscosity. This property helps blood to transport into small thin capillaries. Is the attraction between two unlike molecules. On the other hand, cohesion is the attraction between two similar molecules. The tendency of water to move upwards through a narrow tube is known as against the force of gravity is known as capillary action. High capillarity of water is due to the adhesive and cohesive forces. Adhesive and cohesive forces are important for plants, for water in the plants to move from the roots to the leaves. The property of water ties the water molecule to the xylem of the tree, and the other water molecule, due to the cohesive force, ties up to the previous water molecule, and this is how it travels through the xylem. Without adhesion, without these properties, the plant would be unable to receive the minerals and water required for it. Water is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. On top of all, it is transparent. This property enables light to travel through animal cells and the chloroplast of plant cells so that they can make food. Water has a high heat capacity. This means water can absorb a lot of heat until it gets really hot. High specific heat capacity of water is due to the hydrogen bond. The significance of this high heat capacity is observed in various living organisms. Such as most of the chemical reactions in the human body and in any organism takes place within a small range of temperature. also regulates the body temperature. Additionally, this property is important for living organisms that live in water, such as fish. Aquatic organisms do not die very easily due to too much warmth or too much cold, because water maintains its temperature. Any substance in its solid form is more denser than its liquid form. But have you ever wondered why water floats in where ice floats in water? Water forms crystals and is just not packed together. The crystals have little gaps between them, making them less dense. This is important for marine life, because if ice sank, it would have killed all marine life. Temperature just right for the marine and aquatic life to survive. I'd say water is my favorite beverage.